the opening game of the 2014 FIFA
All the
World
official
Cup.
stadiums are in there, all 12 of them. We took great lengths in creating those. The Brazilians have created some amazing stadiums, and obviously it becomes such a huge part of the World Cup that we wanted to make sure we captured them authentically. And we've even created the external geometry of the stadiums, and we've never done that before. So we've now got these spectacular fly-ins that really kind of create a sense of occasion and drama. We have actually got what we call the road to the World Cup, so that's every single team in the game and their qualification path. So, and that's throughout all the confederations. So the qualification format is very different depending on which team you choose. So if you pick Spain, it's a very different experience than if you pick Jamaica, for example. So we've got all of that authentically captured, all the different qualification criteria, so you can literally take any team in the world to the World Cup by virtue of the road to the World Cup, and that will be a very different experience depending exactly who you pick. So gameplay was a key area for us because about 50% of people that buy the World Cup will come from FIFA, so we wanted to make sure those that do have a noticeable and improved and different experience, so that was a key area for us. So there was a lot of things we did for him gameplay. So we have over 100 new animations in, new tricks, new flicks, new celebrations, outside of the foot passing, over the back headers, to name just a few examples. We've also got brand new features like set piece tactics, so now at a corner kick you can call a specific tactic, so it makes corner kicks much more immersive and more powerful and more interesting. And then on top of that, we've also gathered a lot of feedback from FIFA 14 in terms of what people liked, what people didn't like, and a lot of what we've put in is based upon that. A lot of people felt heading was overpowered, so yes, we've tuned that down, we've made it more realistic, so you should find that the frustration some people felt with the number of goals scored with headers has now been changed and tuned accordingly. So again, that's an example of us listening to feedback from consumers. So online modes, we've got a number of online modes. So we've got online friendlies, which was actually a feature requested by the community. It wasn't in FIFA, we've brought it back, and that simply allows you to play with a friend in a mini tournament and the winner wins a trophy. We weren't initially going to put that in, but like I say, a lot of people in the community wanted that brought back, so that's one feature. We've also got the online World Cup, so the ability to win the World Cup online from the group stages all the way through to the final. And we measure your progress against the community, against your friends, so there's kind of mini achievements along the route. It's not all about winning the World Cup final, which can be quite a difficult experience online. And then we've also got a really cool mode called Road to Rio de Janeiro, and that basically is a similar format to seasons, and the idea is that you start off in Manaus in Amazonia, and that is the opening season, and each season is represented by, each division should I say, is represented by a stadium. And you have a certain points criteria to advance to the next stadium. So for example, you may need to get 10 points in 10 games. And when you do that, you move along this road, and you basically move along a road all the way to Rio, with each division represented by a different stadium. And that's a very cool mode for many reasons, but one, it really kind of showcases Brazil and showcases the stadiums. It also allows users to play online in a more forgiving environment. It's not all about having to win, and if you lose, you go back to the start. You can get to the points threshold however you see fit. So it could be 3 draws, 1 win, 10 draws, etc., etc. And as you progress, you'll learn a lot about these stadiums. You'll unlock various artworks from each of the official stadiums, and you'll learn a little bit about the venues and all the rest of it. So it's a real interesting way to also showcase Brazil, the venues, where all these matches are going to take place. So if you play through that mode, you'll get a real understanding of Brazil and all the venues.